Good afternoon, everybody. Celestial Farm Girl here. Hope everybody's doing awesome today. I'm doing great. On here to do a read for the Creator's View and let everybody know just how much I appreciate you, and thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for your likes, your comments, the love that you send, the energy that you send to me, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. We're going to do a creator's view today. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I'm not very up on world events. I know that the moon is still in Scorpio, and it will begin to leave Scorpio tomorrow as it moves into Sagittarius. So I feel like there's probably been a whole lot of deep feelings going on, and a lot of maybe regurgitations of the past thoughts and stuff like that coming up, past feelings, working through them. I'm sure because Scorpio is all about the depths of our soul. And when we begin to descend into the depths of our soul, looking around and feeling things, that stirs stuff up and it will come up. So no shame in that. That's called cleansing and healing, processing, going over old things, coming to a conclusion with them, and kind of just being able to emotionally let go. Being truthful and honest with ourselves and with others. So there's beauty in that, a lot of beauty. And, to clean out the closet is exactly what everybody does around this time of the year anyway, right? Because we're getting ready for a new summertime, a new springtime, and that's when we all bounce out there and start growing and fashioning our ideas. So to clean up last year's stuff and get it organized and situated and healed and put away is what we do. Okay, let's see what Creator has to say. We're going to use Gaia's deck for all three. But we're just going to pull one now, and then we'll pull one for Divine Masculine read and one for the Divine Feminine read. So the moon moves in Sagittarius tomorrow. So this feeling of looking through ourselves, this depthful feeling, will turn into more of an adventurous feeling and an outward feeling. And it's funny how the moon can kind of be a part of our emotional life. I've been watching it on this book that I got, We Moon, and it tells me the moon phases and such, and I really realized that we kind of really do follow along with it. It's pretty amazing. Okay, I'm shuffling, and then we'll pull off the top for the Creator, and we have Four of Waters. This may even be a Scorpio card. Four of Water. Absolutely to do with emotions. Let me find my Gaia book. Four of Water. Confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving, self-belief, deserving, receptive, consequences. Wow. So this is about confidence and being aware of things and accepting ourselves, forgiving ourselves and others. What do we believe about ourselves? And how do we feel about our deserving? You are beautiful, God says. Be aware of your weaknesses, but focus on your strengths. A mistake is an opportunity to learn. Let go of the ideal of perfection. Love yourself for who you are. Happiness at another's expense. The emotional cost of your actions. Well, I know on this channel, none of us are ever going to be happy at someone else's expense. I'm sure most of us know what it feels like, when somebody is happy at our expense. We've been, I don't want to go into it too much, but betrayed, deceived, maybe lied to. I'd like to think that that hasn't happened very often, but I believe it is a little bit of part of life and learning our lessons. And, God wants us to know that we are beautiful. I just think that's very beautiful. He looks like he's holding a mirror and looking at himself, and this is self-talk. So this must be about how we talk to ourselves. Yeah, that's what God said, our self-talk. How do we talk to ourselves? and when we do talk to ourselves, what are we saying to ourselves? Are we allowing ourselves to make mistakes without expecting perfection of ourselves? Are we allowing ourselves to contemplate the fact that we're, beautiful just as we are? It's even kind of hard for me to say that I am beautiful. It's hard. But yet inside my heart, I know I am. And I'm not talking about how I look on the outside, but my heart, because it wants to love and be loved. And when I'm on my best behavior, and I try to do that a lot, but I'm not perfect. There are times when I have as much a temper as I do, to be kind and gentle. I have that opposite duality in me as well, and it does come up sometimes. And then after I've, what I would call is had a fit or expressed myself emotionally, I kind of sometimes feel guilty about it, because I can have a really, I can really let people have it with my voice. I can really, and it hurts them, and I see that. So I have to be very careful about how I treat others, because how I treat others can make me feel somewhat guilty. And then, I don't feel my best. It doesn't make me feel beautiful. I don't care what I look like out here. I want my heart to feel good, because that's what makes me feel beautiful. So I don't like to really get mad, but when I do get mad. And so I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Namaste. I love you. Everybody, just to let you know, I guess God says that we make mistakes, and I was thinking about that. Gosh darn it. I wish I hadn't got mad. But it happened, and there's nothing I can do to change it, just to accept that, I told somebody what I thought of them, and that's okay. And so, all right, let's get on with this reading. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes you have to express yourself, and that's okay too. When you got to let people know things, or tell the truth, or speak your part, and there is nothing wrong with that. And I don't think really I consider it as a mistake, because it let them know, their place in my life. And so sometimes we have to do that, set up boundaries. And that's just the way life is. All right, we got the sun on the bottom. So Creator says, at the end of it all, you're just going to be smiling, right? And that's the kind of life that I want to work towards. I want to work towards a very happy, fulfilling life, and I know it's going to come from within me. And that's why I want to feel happy and fulfilled within. And I don't expect anybody to do that but myself, right? And I don't expect, you know, sometimes there will be people that'll try to bump in and into us and be there. And, you know, whether they know it or not, their sadness and the things they've done in life that haven't been exactly perfect will kind of fall onto you. And it's really kind of sad that people don't work on themselves when they're at low moments in life. You know, everybody wants to go to the doctor and get a pill and fix it. And when in actuality, what we need to do is to take 5 minutes a day, breathe and meditate, and pray and meditate is what I would say. Praying is talking to God about how you feel, and then meditating is allowing yourself to receive the message back from God, you know, of God's opinion or what God thinks you can do that would help you. And by slowing down enough and listening to these things, this is how I got to it after years of going to the doctor. The only thing is when I went to the psychiatrist or the mental health people, I wouldn't take the pills. I didn't want to take the pills. I told them that, you know, I knew there was a way to work it out naturally. So I refused to take the pills. And, you know, I finally did figure it out, how to do it naturally through meditation, through learning to love myself, through doing the exercise every single day of appreciating and loving who I am. And it's not easy. I found it not very easy at all. So if you're finding it not easy to love yourself, do not let that stop you. You keep on trying, because you're worth loving. You're a child of creation. You're a child of Mother Earth. You're brought here onto this planet for a special reason. And we all were. And we're not going to allow the lower level energies that want to make us think that we're just nobodies, that we're just here soldiers one after another, and we're not as individuals, and that we don't mean anything, because we do mean something. God just said that we are individuals and very much loved, and we have to love ourselves. Giving ourselves that love is the love of the creation, wanting us to love ourselves. And it's not always easy. Why? And again, we get 4 of mirrors. 2 times a double statement, the same thing. And I'm going to read it again. This time, let go of the idea of perfection. Love yourself for who you are. Who are you? You're a wonderful soul that takes care of their family. You are a beloved caretaker, no matter who you are. Even if you're taking care of yourself, you're kind, you're gentle, you're helpful, you're truthful, you're honorable, you're honest. Happiness. Love yourself for who you are. Let go of the idea of perfection. Be aware of your weakness, but focus on your strengths. The things that you know about yourself that are beautiful, and if you don't know what they are, you need to write them down. You know there are many. Probably so many that you don't even, you know, sometimes we got so many things inside of us that we do for others and ourselves that we don't even realize it. We don't even see that. So we need to write things down sometimes so that we can actually acknowledge these things that we do for ourselves and our family that are wonderful. that are good, that are honorable, whether you're a man or woman. Whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a man, you take your children out to play basketball, or you play with the kids. You keep them busy while mom's doing other things. If there's a mistake, it's an opportunity to learn. Again, we get this 2 times in the same row. In a row. Have confidence. Be aware of yourself. Accept yourself. Forgive yourself. Believe in yourself. Know you deserve good things. Be receptive to receiving good things. But also realize there's consequences to every action. All actions have consequences, whether they are good or whether they are bad. So always let your intentions be towards the good, so that all your consequences will come back good. Have good thoughts for others, feel good things towards others. And if you don't, then go into your heart and find out why. I have to work. Just the other day, I had an issue with jealousy. I've always had a jealousy issue, jealous of others, before I began working on myself, I would see people and think they have more than me, and I would be jealous of them. And I don't even know what it was, why I would have those things. But I realized it come from my family, that my mom would take my brother and sister to go do stuff, but she wouldn't take me because I talk a lot and I tell the truth and I confront people. I was considered a troublemaker in my family, and I seemed, I was a tattletale. I would tell my dad what was going on and stuff. And so my mom cut me off from the family. So she would take my brother and sister to go do stuff, but I wouldn't get to go. And this caused jealousy in me. And I had to go all the way back to those places where these things happened and understand why I was feeling jealousy. Now, I've been working on my jealousy for a couple, 3 years. It's not something you get rid of like that. You go in and you have to work on some of these things because these are bad spirits. It's a bad spirit. You can either feed it and it'll grow, or you can nip it in the bud and go in and cut it out of there. I'm very harsh. I went in to cut it out. I didn't want it in me. I knew it was ugly. It made me feel terrible. It kept me from having friends. And so the healer, Page of Mirrors. So I had to go back through time and replay those moments and understand why my mom would do that. And then, when I understood that she was angry with me because I was a truth teller and I was always, talking about whatever was done, and it wasn't always the best things, and my dad would get mad. And so she considered me a troublemaker, when in all reality, what I wanted was for my mom to quit doing those things, because I knew intuitively, even at 5 years old, that it was going to break up our family. And it did. It really did. So I saw it coming, and I was very angry about it. And I don't know why I'm confessing this. I'm just talking a little bit about my life and some things that I had to heal from, and to let you know that these things can be done. And my mom, she didn't have the best life either. And one of these days I'll tell you about her life, which was pretty rough, pretty hardcore. And I of course forgive her. I loved my mom very much. I wanted her to be in my mind, I idealized her as the best mom in the world, as all little girls do, right? And so, healing from trauma in our childhood, or, young adult, teenage years is a necessary part of finding joy later in our life. And as silly as it sounds that we may have to go back and heal our 5-year-old self, it worked for me. It worked. I went back and talked to the spirit of that child. And this is what Creator told me to do. And I would go back and talk to that little girl as though I was her mother. And I would nourish my spirit that I was at that age, because I would see me at that age. She was still a child. And hugging her and loving her and telling her that I knew she was doing her best. This brought me healing in the mirror. 4 mirrors. I looked at myself, my childhood, my everything that I had been through that would come up, that would make my day. If I would notice any emotional disturbance such as jealousy, anger, strife, hate, frustration that come up in me, I would look for the source of it, because it's not a natural thing. We're born pure, with a pure heart. And it is the things that go on in our life that put these seeds of whether jealousy or hate or anger or frustration or the 7 deadly vile things. You don't want those in your heart. And so as you go back through your lifetime and you choose to go back to that child as its parent and heal that child, you heal yourself. And not do you just heal yourself, but you heal ancestors, because they're with you. You're the light. If your ancestors are with you, my ancestors are with me. And so we healed together these wounds that kind of went down through our family. The high priestess, what I'm telling you is the truth. It's ancient wisdom. You go back to your child, your inner child, and you take that child in your arms through your imagination, through your third eye right here, and you work with your inner child, and you help your inner child to heal. Then you come back to this timeline. That's called jumping timelines. You're going back to the past in your imagination to be with your baby, to be with your baby. And as you help the baby heal from whatever trauma the baby experienced, when you come back, you bring that baby with you. So what you're doing is gathering up parts of yourself and empowering yourself by bringing that spirit back with you, your childhood spirit, which is what brings joy and happiness to all of us. We all want to be in our childlike phase, innocent, open, receptive, happy, ready to go skipping down the road, not literally, but, figuratively. And so we do that by healing our past, and we heal our past by going back in time to those places where we got hurt and comforting the Bobo. Ace of Stones, it's a gift from God. It's a gift. Healing is a gift, and we are all healers. We all have emotions that we need to take care of, where we need to find ourselves worthy and deserving of good things and good life and good love and good peace, a good focus, hopes and faith, and believing in a better time and a better place. And it starts with us, healing us. And as we heal, then we begin to reach out to others and help them heal as well. It's something you grow. 7 of Pentacles or 7 of Stones. It takes you to the doorway of a better life. Look at that river of life behind her. She knows and she's healing. Yeah, look at this. Oh, she has her sound. I don't know what they called this. We're going to call it a flute, but somewhat of a harmonica, maybe a sandpipe, I'm not sure. But she's got her tones, her musical notes there. She's got the waters behind her. She's walking through the door. She's been swimming in that river, healing. What does that mean? This is the past. She went back. She went back in the past and healed her emotions, anything that was needed to be healed. You know, the bout of jealousy that I had the other day popped up, which has been a long time since I felt that. And our healing isn't done in one sitting. We will be healing for the rest of our lives. But the wonderful thing about taking the time out to heal your bobos and process the things that you've been through creates a bond with yourself where, you know, you're going to think about what you've been through, you're going to figure things out, and the next time you do it, you're going to do a better job. And it ensures and strengthens us spiritually within when we do that. And when our soul knows we're going to look after it, our inner child knows that we're going to watch over it and keep it safe so that it can be happy, you know, like 95% of the time. We can't be happy all the time, you know, but I think there's a possibility to be happy 75% of the time. I'm pretty happy 75% of the time. And then 5% of the time, you know, maybe I'm real happy, ecstatic, over the top. And then there are days when, you know, it can't be perfect. And those days that it can't be perfect are there so that you do appreciate the perfect ones and keep those memories forever without forgetting. So the days that are perfect, you never forget. You can always go back to those days. Even in the days when it's boring or ho-hum or, you know, everything isn't going the way you want it to go, which sometimes life is like that. But that's just to teach us patience. That's to teach us patience. Sun shining on you. Creator says, take a dive, go inside and heal anything that you got that makes you feel uncomfortable. And you heal it through love of self. Loving yourself through it, forgiving yourself for everything, but, you know, guiding yourself into a new direction that's going to make you happy. Healing the inner child is so important to a happy, long life. Take care of the baby, and you are the baby. You are the baby. The baby's still with you. You can travel back in time, back to that baby with breath and through your quantum field right here. And you will not believe the difference it will make in your life. And I've been working on my inner child healing for about 1.5 years now. And it has made all the difference in the world. And I keep a journal of how I felt and where I was. Maybe one of these days I'll break the journal out from 2 years ago. It'll probably shock you to show you where I was at 2 years ago compared to where I am now after I went through my hermit stage. Merlin, bring the magic back into your life. Heal your inner child. You know, haven't you ever watched those movies from Japanese, somewhere over in the Orient, where the older people are just so happy and skipping around and laughing and acting like children. Being in touch with your inner child, that's okay. To skip around, jump around, be happy. Yeah. And make noise and talk and let people know, who you are and what you think and, make conversation and stand out loud. Manifest wonderful things into your life. Because your little child is what helps you bring wonderful things into your life. When you're happy and joyful, it brings in more good for you. And you're happy and joyful after if you've got any healing to do, any strife. If you don't have no healing to do, God bless you. God bless you. That I'm so happy for you, and that's so wonderful. Not everybody, a lot of people didn't make it through life so well. Some people didn't have support. Some people had to do the healing on their own. Some people were alone and solitary, and these are the ones I'm talking to, the ones that wanted to do their own healing, the ones that are refusing to take the meds, the ones that wanted to do it naturally, that want to go and clean themselves up in this lifetime and be ready to step into a new life in their next life clean, without any trauma, without any karma, without any things like that. And we have the Knight of Stones here. This would be the Knight of Pentacles, building and planting and sowing towards the next life. The Knight of Pentacles does not quit until the job is done. And it's all about building and sowing in this life, being happy, learning and healing, because everything we do in this life, we take with us. And then when it's our turn to come back and we begin in the next life, we begin right where we left off. We're born with that information in our soul out of our mother's womb. And we begin from there learning again. And that's why we want to process everything. We want to get through it. We want to learn and understand what we've been through so that we can heal, rise like the phoenix into different levels of creation, because we will be back through incarnation. Yeah, we'll be back. I've seen it. We come back. Yeah. The Weaver. Queen of Wands, yes, we come back in Rising Phoenix. So, and it's magic, because that right there, I'm seeing Mother Earth smiling and laughing. Yes, you will be back, children. My children always come back. And we're born again, and then we grow and we evolve in that next lifetime to come back again. The egg, 8 of Scrolls, it's mind-bending. Look at this. Look at all this up here. She's looking her life over. See it? Reading her life. And that's the way it is. So in this lifetime, we want to do the best we can to work on ourselves and bring out the best that we are. And our best self is when we have our inner child healed and in the forefront, living right here with us, right here in the present moment. So, Ace of Swords, Ace of Scrolls, that be the truth. Hold and comfort your inner child. Bring her back with you from wherever. If you've left her behind, go back and get her, help her to heal, and bring her forward with you. And you'll find that your life will be a lot happier. I think I got a cat scratching on my door. Okay, guys, I love y'all. I've probably mumbled enough here. Please like, subscribe, share. Leave me messages. Do whatever you want to do. just live well, love yourself. God even gave you that message today. It's very important. You are beautiful, and you're needed on this planet, and you're here for a reason. And it might be just as simple as to give somebody a hug, or, to give yourself a hug. Hug yourself. You came down maybe to get to know yourself. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. The magician. You came down to get to know yourself, to find your magic, to understand who you are, where you've been in your lifetimes after lifetimes. And if you're not into that, to just be the best self you can be. To be the best self you can be. That is beautiful. Look at that. To be the best you can be. To spread your wings and fly in your spirit as you're enjoying yourself and enjoying your life and enjoying everything that you do and touch and making it, look so beautiful. Well, we can't go no further. God says you are beautiful. Creator says you are beautiful. Creator says he loves you. She loves you. Mother Earth loves you. The sky loves you. The trees love you. Do you believe that? I do. I've been talking to the trees since I was 3 years old. Trees my best friend. And that's the truth. Okay? I love trees. Yes. We're connected. You know that what they breathe out, we breathe in. And what we breathe out, they breathe in. So they breathe our carbon dioxide that we breathe out. They breathe it in, and then they give us oxygen that we breathe in. Isn't that amazing? We have quite a partnership with trees. It's really unbelievable. And, trees are pretty awesome. A tree don't care what kind of tree is in the forest. There could be the whole forest full of trees, and there's no sunlight coming down on the bottom. It doesn't matter to the trees whether the little trees underneath belong to them or not. They will pull that sunlight down through their leaves all the way to their roots and feed that sunlight to the baby trees to help them grow up in the forest to be a big tall tree too, until they can reach the top to where they can get their own sunlight. Isn't that something? To me, that was like, yeah, something. Look at that tree. Got some gems on it. The trees take care of their own. So, yeah, the trees can talk. They're living creatures. They might not walk, they might not do this, but they know you, and it will talk to you. So, I love you guys. With that being said, I'm going to take my goofy little butt and get ready to do a Divine Masculine read. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you. Bye-bye.